Hi friends, my name is Miss Catherine and I am from the Peanut Program. We're actually going to talk about the Peanut Program and what it is, what it means, but I just first wanted to start by introducing myself and let you know that we will be doing 4 lessons together this summer, and each lesson is going to be different information that we need to grow and help our bodies stay strong and healthy. So again, we're going to be meeting together 4 times, and each lesson is going to be something different. So today's lesson is all about hand washing. It's really, really important that we make sure that we're staying safe and clean and fight off those germs so that we can stay strong for ourselves and everyone else that we love. But before we go any further, I want to talk to you about the Peanut Program. Some of you might already know what the Peanut Program is and what Peanut stands for, but for some of my new friends that aren't really sure what it is, I am here to explain to you what it is and what we're going to be doing together every single time we reunite. So, Peanut stands for Physical Education and Nutrition. We've pushed 2 really, really long words together to make it easy for you and me to stay healthy and practice all of those important things that our bodies need to grow and stay strong. So some days we'll be getting together and talking about exercising, fun things that we do to keep our bodies moving. That would be the PE part, kind of like gym class during the school year. The NUT stands for nutrition. All of those yummy foods that we put in our mouth and give us that fuel that we need for our bodies to keep moving along and do those activities that we love. So that is what Peanut stands for. And again, every time we get together, we're going to be doing a different lesson or activity that either is related to physical education or nutrition. We will be doing a little bit of an exercise at the end of each lesson just to get our wiggles out and make sure that we're keeping our body moving and staying healthy. I want to start today's lesson by just taking a look around at the space that we're in right now. Okay? I want you to take a good look around and see what are some things that are in your space or in the room around you that can help you stay healthy. There's so many different things. We might not even think about it, but there's a lot around us that will help us stay healthy. I'll give you a second to scope out your room or the space that you're in, and I will give you a second to share with the people around you. I'm looking in my own space because I want to share something cool with you. Oh, I have something. Water bottle. How many of you drink water? If your hand's not up, I encourage you to start drinking some more water. But some fun things that we could do to make sure that we drink enough water is something maybe like a cool water bottle or a friendly reminder when we see others drinking to make sure that we're drinking too. Water is kind of like the fuel that our bodies need to keep moving along and doing our best, whether this be in the summer or during the school year, but it's kind of like the fuel for our car, you know? That's how I like to compare it. So water is awesome. Over in the corner of my room, I have a box of tissue. And that's something that helps us stay clean, right? If we have to sneeze or cough or maybe wipe something up, tissue is very, very helpful for moments like that. What are some things that you see? Again, take a look around and see what it is. Share with the people that are together with you right now, and you can give each other ideas about why it's healthy. While you're doing that, I'm going to take a sip of my water and give me the fuel that I need to do the lesson together. Stay hydrated, friends, especially in the summer when it's really, really hot and we're outside playing fun activities. All right, so I'm moving along to the next slide. This one has a few pictures. We talk about those things that help us stay healthy, like the water or the tissue or something that you maybe just mentioned. But who are the people that help us stay healthy? I have 3 examples over here to my right, but I want you to think of some other ones, some other people in our lives or in the community that help us stay safe. It looks like one of the pictures are some firefighters. They help the community, right? Another person is a doctor or a nurse that helps us stay healthy and strong and take care of our bodies and make sure we're doing everything that we should be doing. But more importantly, well, not more importantly, but just as important, I should say, is your family, right? You're a team. We want to make sure that we're safe and we're healthy for each other, and we take care and we look out for each other. So that's a really good one. Can you think of something that we didn't list that could be over here but isn't? I can think of a couple right now, but I want you to share some that you think of. I'm thinking maybe a teacher, right? Or a positive person in your life that helps you. We talked about family, but another person could be a teacher, a neighbor. There's a lot of different people that we might not even think about during the day, but they do help us stay healthy and strong. So keep them in mind as you go throughout your day. All right, we are moving along to the next slide. It says here, what do you see? So when we look at our hands, what do you see? Tell me what you see. Some lines, right? Some nails on our fingers. But what do we see? We use our hands for a lot of different things throughout the day. I bet you there could be some germs, right? We probably collect a lot of dust and germs and bacteria on our hands throughout the day. But the crazy thing about germs is it's so small you can't even see it. So we don't even know that our hands are dirty sometimes until you go to wash your hands, or maybe you see a little bit of dirt under your nails. But usually we don't even know that those germs are on our hands. That's the scary thing about it. All right, so I am here today to tell you about washing your hands. That's what today's lesson is all about. So not only are we going to talk about when to wash our hands during the day, but also how to wash our hands. Those are two really, really important things that we probably do a lot during the day and we don't even think about, right? We don't think about when we're doing it. We don't think about how we're doing it. We just know that we should be doing it, right? So this here is a picture of 3 different steps on how you should be washing your hands. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of maybe a time where you would wash your hands during the day. And then that way we have an idea of picturing it in our head during that time that we're doing it so that we can walk through this together. So a great time to wash your hands would be after you use the restroom, okay? Let's think about it. We come out, we'll pretend we're at school. So we come out of the bathroom stall and we go over to the sink, okay? We are going to turn that water on. Let's turn it on, okay? Are we going to turn that water on really, 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 really hot? So we just kind of rub our fingers through it because it's too hot to even touch for long? Probably not. Are we going to turn it on really, really cold so it's too chilly to even want to keep your hands under for long? Probably not either. Let's do a little bit of hot and a little bit of cold so it's just the right temperature, okay? So water's on. Next step, let's get those hands under the water. Let's make sure our hands are really, really, really wet. We want to make sure that there's enough water on our hands. What would the next step be? I'll give you a hint. It's the second picture here. It's in the middle. We have water on our hands. The water's running. What's next? If you said get some soap on those hands, you are on track and you are ready to go. So let's put a little bit of soap in our hands. I'm hitting the pump. Most of the bathrooms have like a pump. So we're going to get some foam soap out or some gel soap, whatever the school might have. We have that in our hands, okay? So our hands are wet, soap in one hand. What's next? Think about it. Are we just going to put that one hand underwater to get the soap off? No, silly. There's some more steps to it. We got to make sure we get those germs off. So with that soap in those hands, we are going to rub them together. Let's rub them together really, really good. Sometimes I tell friends, let's make sure we get the tops of our hands. Got to get the bottom. What about our wrist? Sometimes we get germs and bacteria maybe up on our hands, like our wrist, a little higher up. So let's make sure we get those wrists. How about those nails? Get under those nails. You'd be surprised the amount of stuff that's collected under those nails. So let's get deep under those nails. Quick question though. Does anybody know how long we're supposed to do this for? How long are we moving our hands around together like this with soap all over them? I'll give you a second to think about it. If you guessed 10 seconds, I'm going to tell you it's a little bit more than that, a little longer than 10 seconds. But if you said 20, you got it. You are right on track. You are doing this. We are all in this together and you are correct. Okay? 20 seconds is the magic number for washing our hands. I always tell friends though that there's some songs and there's some things that we could do to make sure that we're doing it for long enough. So 20 seconds is the same amount of time as the happy birthday song. Some of you may know that. So if you sing happy birthday in the bathroom at school when you're washing your hands, you are good to go. You could just count to 20, right? That's an easy one. So you want to make sure that you're doing it long enough. Just count to 20. Lastly, some friends have said that the ABC song and going through the alphabet is also 20 seconds. So those are just some fun ways to make sure that we're doing it for long enough and still enjoying, as we wash our hands and get all clean. So it's been 20 seconds. Soap is all over my hands, my wrists, my nails. What are we doing next? What's the next step? Are we just gonna grab a paper towel and leave? Close, but not just yet. The next thing that we are going to do is put our hands back under that water, get all the soap off. Okay, make sure you get your wrists, get under your nails. You want all those suds to be gone. So now, hands are wet, but they're clean, and the soap is gone. So what's next? I'll give you a hint. It's in this picture right here. You want to dry your hands, right? So let's go grab some paper towel, dry our hands, okay? Some friends say to leave the water running until your hands are dry, and then you can turn off the water with that paper towel. So that is how we are going to go through the steps of washing our hands. Really, really important, right? Hands dry, towels in our hand, turn off the water, throw it in the trash. There we go. We got it. And now we're ready to go back to whatever it is we were doing. Or I said we were using school as an example, so you're going to go back to the classroom. Those are very, very important steps, and we don't want to skip any, okay? We want to make sure that we're doing everything we need to do to fight off those germs. All right, so we washed our hands, and I got a little ahead of myself because I was super excited, but the next slide says, let's practice. And that's important because practice makes perfect. So we want to make sure that we are going through all of those important steps and getting those germs off of our hands to stay clean and safe, not just for ourselves, but for everybody else that we see during the day, all of our friends and loved ones. So make sure you're always practicing. The next slide says when to wash. So we talked about how, and I gave you an example of one time during the day you might wash your hands, and that was in the example. So after you go to the bathroom, you're going to wash your hands. So these are some other examples of times during the day that you might wash your hands. There's a lot of them, so I might not mention all of them, but I have a feeling that you could probably think of a couple more in addition to the ones that we discuss. So this picture right here is kind of like the image for the restroom, okay? We gave that one as our first example, and we will wash our hands after the restroom. Another great example is on a playground. If you're outside playing with friends, or you're at school out on the playground, or even a neighborhood park, maybe on the weekends or in the summertime. You collect a lot of dirt on the swings and slide and monkey bars and everything else that's really fun at the park. So it's important that when you get home or back to wherever you were going, you wash your hands as soon as you go back into the house, okay? We want to make sure that we're not hanging on to those germs for long on our hands and our nails, okay? The third one right here, it looks like, I could be wrong, but it looks like somebody's sneezing into their hands. Uh-oh. Do you think there's germs on your hands when you are sneezing into them? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to say yes. Also, remember we talked earlier, I said I found something healthy in my space that I'm in right now, and that was a tissue. So things like that make a huge difference when we are sneezing or have a little cold. But it's important to wash your hands after you sneeze, or maybe she's coughing. It's kind of hard to tell in the picture, but either way, you want to make sure that you're washing your hands after doing that. Last one, it's all the way over here. It looks like a really, really cute dog, but raise your hand if you have a pet. It doesn't have to be a dog. It looks like that's just an example of somebody playing with a pet. Dogs, cats, hamsters, frogs, gerbils, the list goes on. If you don't have a pet, I have a feeling you might have a friend with a pet or a neighbor who has a pet. There's a lot of pets around. Every single day we see so many. So sometimes they might carry some germs around themselves. So if you're playing with your dog or a pet or even a friend's pet, it's important that you wash your hands after playing because they might have some germs on them. And if you're going to do something else after playing, you want to make sure you clean those hands. So anytime you think about it, wash your hands for sure. Let's see. Can we think of something else that wasn't mentioned in one of the 4 photos? Let me put my thinking cap on. Ooh, I have a good one. I have a really good one. Who has a chore at home? Who has some chores to do at home? I do. Not always my favorite thing to do, but every Wednesday, I have to take the trash from the side of the house or the garage all the way down the driveway to put at the curb for pickup the next morning. So sometimes when we're taking out the trash or emptying the trash, maybe in the kitchen or the bathroom at home, we want to make sure we wash our hands after doing something like that because that is super, super icky. Definitely. Oh, forgot about that one. And then as soon as we started talking, I thought about it. Can you think of one? Think of something that you do during the day. You might wash your hands either before or after. There's a lot of them. I'll give you a second to think about it. Another one that I might think of. Oh, before we eat, right? Before we eat. I don't think we said that one. Some friends say, depending on what they're eating, they might want to wash their hands after too. But either way, make sure that you wash your hands before a meal. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, or snacks. Anything, really. All right, so as I mentioned at the beginning of today's lesson, every time we get together, we are going to do something called a FitBit. And it's a fun activity just to get our body moving and our wiggles out and increase our heart rate. Get our heart rate beating a little bit faster than what it might be right now. So today's FitBit is called When Should I Wash? Because we spent a lot of time today talking about when we wash our hands and how we wash our hands, we're going to focus on the amount of time spent washing our hands. So we said, how many seconds are we washing our hands for? 20 seconds. I hope that's what I'm hearing correctly. 20 seconds. 20 is the magic number. So we're going to do different activities that are 20 seconds long, and that will give you an idea of how long you're going to be keeping those hands moving with soap and water, okay, when we're washing. So let's put our thinking caps on and get going. Make sure that you have enough space around you, though. We want to make sure that we're being safe and we have enough space around us and we're not going to bump into any friends or a wall or a table or anything around us. Let's make sure that we all have space, but also keep in mind all of these activities are going to be done in the exact same spot. So we're not moving away. Everything will be done in place. So make sure you're being safe during this activity. All right, so the first thing that came to mind was an activity that gets us up and moving, and it is hopping on one foot. I thought it'd be fun to hop on one foot for 10 seconds and then hop on the other foot for 10 seconds, totaling 20, which remember is the magic number for washing your hands. So if you are not standing up yet, I encourage you to stand up and give yourself the space that we need. Let's start on the right foot. So when I say go, we're going to start hopping on the right foot for 10 seconds. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 10 equals 20. So we did 10 seconds on the right and 10 seconds on the left, and we are good to go. I hope that time allowed you to see how long, again, we're supposed to be washing our hands for. The next one is arm circles. I love this one. We are gonna make like a capital T, okay? We're gonna do 10 circles forward, and then when I say reverse, we're gonna do 10 circles backwards because, again, 10 plus 10 is 20, and that's the magic number. So, arms out, forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right, 2 activities down. I got one more I would like to do. Actually, let's do 2. I think we're good on time. Let's do 2 because one of these is my favorite. We are gonna do shoulder shrugs, okay? So let's do 10 forward and 10 backwards, similar to the arm circles. So I'll say reverse. We ready? Let's start forward. 10 seconds, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Get those wiggles out. Wow, that feels so good. Last one. We are going to do, this one we are going to do for 20 seconds. And it's just calf raises. So we're just going to kind of go on our tippy toes, and we're going to go up and down. So tippy toes, and then bring your heels back down to the ground. We're going to do 20 of these. Are we ready? Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Y'all feel the burn in your calves on the back of your legs? That's a good one. Thank you for following directions and staying on task. I think those are really important exercises to get our body moving, but most importantly for this activity, we get a great idea of how long 20 seconds is. So thank you for staying involved and participating. One last thing that we do at the end of every lesson is we talk about a healthy, yummy snack. Today's snack, I'm going to give you some hints on before I go to the next slide because I want you to guess it and see if you know what the healthy, yummy snack is that I wanted to share with you today. So it is a vegetable. It is very crunchy. And it is orange. Ooh, those are 3 really good hints. 3 really good hints. Crunchy, orange, and it's a vegetable. Think about those 3 hints. Put your thinking cap on. What do you think it is? I'm going to take a sip of water, and I'm going to let you think about it. And then we'll go to the next slide so I can show you the answer. For those of you that were guessing, carrots! You got it right. Congratulations, nice job keeping that thinking cap on. You could think about fun ways to make carrots, or incorporate carrots rather, into your day. It can be a snack. You could have it at dinner time with something else to eat on the side. And the nice thing about these are you can eat them in different ways. So you see here, it's like the full carrot with the green still on the top. Or you could get baby carrots, they're a little bit smaller. You can get sliced carrots, or in the middle, like little carrot sticks. Those are really yummy as a snack. So there's so many different ways that you can eat a carrot, and they're crunchy, and they are very, very tasty. So if you've never had a carrot, I encourage you to try it. Maybe add it to your family grocery list so that you can try it. A lot of friends maybe even grow carrots in their garden. So it could be as easy as in your backyard right now. Either way, I encourage you to try it. So enjoy this pretty orange carrot. All right, friends, moving on to our last slide for the day. It says healthy homework. Between now and the next time we do our lesson together for a second visit, I want you to share with somebody the steps to washing your hands. How you wash your hands and when you wash your hands. So those are two really, really important things to keep in mind when we are trying to remember for ourselves, but also sharing with everybody else how important it is and what they need to do. So that's your healthy homework, friends. Share it with everybody else so we can spread the word. Until next time, I'm Miss Catherine, and I will see you in another lesson soon, and I look forward to seeing everybody. Enjoy your day. Bye, friends.